So we asked Dr. David Lowe, who is part of Kent Hospital's Ask the Experts campaign, to stick around and answer some of your questions that you've submitted to us. So we want to get right into these questions. We're going to try to get to as many as we can. First of all, the first question is right here. I have 2 children whose schools are both offering vaccinations. My son's is in a couple of weeks, but my daughter will have to wait until December. So should I be concerned about her waiting, especially since she has asthma? What do you think?
Well, there's a shortage. We're going to have to wait for vaccine.
Till when?
Till it's available, and I would expect 1 to 2 months. And
so by the end of the year?
It depends if the eggs are able to grow the virus. If they have good virus yield, they'll be able to make the vaccine. But we do have good treatment for this strain of influenza. So if your daughter gets sick, bring her to the doctor.
You know, people complain about that because there was just an article in the Projo the other day that if you bring them to the doctor, that it takes several hours for them to be able to see the doctor. If you take them to an emergency room, it's a 5 or 6 hour wait.
Right, but you have to balance the weight and potential results if your child does have H1N1 and is very sick with it. So you don't bring them to the doctor if they have the sniffles, but the symptoms of H1N1, if you've ever had influenza, you have fevers, chills, you're pretty weak, you have a cough, sore throat, you're ill. And if you are ill and at this time of year with those symptoms, you need to be evaluated, whether it's an emergency room or your health care giver.
Here's the next question. My 6-year-old is slated to have the H1N1 shot available at his school on November 3rd. He'll be 24 days post having his flu missed for the regular flu. Can he still go ahead with H1N1 even if the 28 days hasn't gone by?
Absolutely. The 28 days is if you have 2 flu mists. You can mix a killed vaccine and the flu mist together at any time. You can give them at the same time.
Okay.
Let me continue with this question. My grandmother may have come in contact with H1N1. What should I do?
Observe for illness if it's a healthy child. Now, if it's a compromised child, one with severe asthma or some other respiratory condition, you may discuss with your pediatrician whether that child should have Tamiflu prophylactically to prevent the disease.
Here's another question that I know a lot of parents might have. This woman says, my 18-year-old daughter received the H1N1 nasal vaccine spray today. After she had it, she said that a small amount came back out. How do you know that they received enough if it kind of like drips down a little bit?
A small amount will come out normally. Okay. The person that gives the vaccine should know if they got the dose up there.
You know, this young woman, this 12-year-old that died, it still hasn't been determined yet whether it was H1N1 that was the cause for it. If it turns out to be that it was the cause for it, I'm assuming it would be the first in the state. Are you ready for, I won't say panic, but for a lot of people, especially parents with school-age children, who are extremely petrified of what's taking place?
Fear cures no infection that I know about. Knowledge takes care of infection. The first thing you do is, if you have vaccine available, get the vaccine. The second thing is observe your child for illness. If your child is significantly ill, they have to be evaluated because there is treatment. Third thing is teach your children good hygiene. Basically, cover your nose or mouth when you sneeze or cough. Keep your hands clean. Don't bring your hands to your face except when you eat food after they've been washed.
And I think also it may actually be the 4th case if she did in fact die of the H1N1 virus. Is that correct?
There have been some mortality.
Okay.
I was mistaken. Right. I apologize for that.
The other thing I just want to ask as we throw over to Courtney really quickly, how long does the virus live on surfaces?
5 seconds on paper.
Wow.
5 minutes on hands, and 1 to 2 days on hard surfaces. Wash your hands, use tissues, and keep the surfaces clean.
All right, then I'll fist bump you. How about that? Thanks for being here. We appreciate it. Courtney,
Thank you, Doctor.
I want to throw it over to you because I think that's a really interesting bit of information. This doesn't really last very long on inanimate objects.
I find that surprising, but that's a little bit of good news, I guess. Everybody on here is looking to get the shot, and they're trying to find out where and when they can do this, and also for their kids, because there seems to be a little bit of a delay. I've posted a link on here on the live blog with all of the information that links over to our sister station on WPRI.com. It's all the H1N1 info there. They are taking part in our poll today. We're asking all of you at home, has the recent H1N1 related death changed your mind about the H1N1 vaccine? And your choices are A, yes, I'm definitely getting it now. B, no, I was already in favor. C, no, I am still not in favor. Or D, I have not made up my mind. We've had a lot of comments on our Facebook page today. I was able to post some info earlier. And Lisa says it's just precautionary measures. I planned on getting one anyway. And she says she also gets the regular flu shot. Jeff Seth Keegan says, yes, I'll be getting it by far, considering it's local to me. I guess he lives in Bristol. It definitely has made him more aware and wanting the H1N1 vaccine. And Cynthia Velez also says she plans to get it. She has already vaccinated her little ones. So everyone seems to be on the same page. Of course, if you have some more questions, we have all that info for you. Hopefully we can answer that for you. But I'll be back in 30 minutes with your poll results. For now.